And we're back. Good morning from Circuit World here in Blue Ridge.
Good morning.
National Sweater Day, right?
National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day.
The heck with that.
So I'm going with naughty. What do you got here?
I'm going with Festivus for the rest of us.
And I'm going with classy.
With the hat?
With the hat.
Bruce and Rick. Put the card up. It's Festivus, folks. I got a lot of problems with you people.
Airing of the grievances.
You got the airing of the grievances?
I got the. You want to do the strength?
No, we're not doing the fits of strength. Anyhow,
all right, then let's have dinner.
Now, if the lovely Jane makes it here, we're going to bring her right in. So, ladies, if Jane comes in, just move her right around. I don't know if they have, but we have our own curvy couch. Take that, Steve Ducey.
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
I like this.
Huh?
Circuit sofa.
Is it the circuit sofa?
Circuit sofa.
You were determined to get that in.
I know.
He's been wanting circuit sofa.
I wanted to say that for 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks. I wanted to say circuit sofa.
I understand that was voted down at a production meeting. Is that correct?
You have to look over at that was the. You got to look over at that table. Anyhow, before we start this morning, this is our all-star political panel. Rick, Bruce, and before we start, we want to say hello to the senior class at Hiawassee Dam. The senior class at Hiawassee Dam, they have watched the show, and they like our segment. Those seniors like the segment.
Nice.
All right.
So, senior class at Hiawassee Dam, hello this morning. I'm trying to figure out where to start.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
Well, you have the Festivus sweater. But, I mean, Bruce.
What?
It's just a hat. It's okay.
I think this little nub here is a little nice touch, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a nice touch. Okay.
Mueller.
Focus.
Let's start. Let's not spend too much time on Alabama. The polling went from. Did we think Roy Moore would win? And we all said yes last week, and Roy Moore lost.
Close.
Roy Moore lost. Now so come in, just come on in, come on around.
You got my drink ready?
Yes, right here on the table.
Give her 2 shots of the alcohol.
I thought that unless I got the memo, it's 9 o'clock, and otherwise it's 9 o'clock.
Listen,
You didn't tell me it was.
no, dear. Listen, we set it up for you to have an entrance.
Oh, good.
Look at the
That
bright
works for me.
side.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Gosh,
High above Cayuga's
do you see
water.
Bruce?
I know this is Christmas today. Christmas, only
Okay.
Christmas. I didn't get to Walmart. Sorry, y'all look great.
Thank you.
Whoa!
You see the hat?
Yeah, that's
You see
right.
the hat? No, well, that's right.
Thank you.
I guess. You gave it
My
to him,
mom
right?
said the same thing.
You see the hat?
I did. I'm impressed.
Hey.
No, we
Easily,
wanted you.
might
Jane's
add.
here. We
Everything
just,
for the show.
we wanted you
Yeah.
to make an entrance. So Roy Moore lost, and I don't want to take too much time on this, but everybody, why did Roy Moore lose? Why do you think Roy Moore lost the election?
Well, I've been hearing they fixed the whole thing anyway. A lot of hanky-panky. That's what I heard yesterday. I've been looking into it.
We do not have hanky panky on the show.
Well, that's just what I
Just a
heard. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Intro, please, hanky panky. And so, otherwise, I
Just
think
need a short lead.
I think the rumors or the accusations just did him in. I thought he was going to win, though. I thought he was going to pull it out.
Rumors
I'm not
are
saying
the
I'm for that.
accusations did him in? You think the accusations?
Yeah, I mean, after they discovered she wrote in the annual, I thought he'd pull it out because you have to choose. For me, I choose pro-lifers over pro-choicers. That's the bottom line for me, and he was a pro-life. So I thought he was going to eke it out.
Okay, and why do you think he
I think
lost?
the accusations put a few holes in him.
Sure.
And I think, that was enough, supposedly for women across all sorts of classes of education and income and things like that. Just couldn't close their eyes and vote for him. So.
They did for Clinton over and over and over and over. I know. See there, I'm telling you, we got to.
But with Clinton, the accusations, which I don't think are accusations, they're real. Yeah. But with Clinton, they were never followed up by the media saying, "Look at this." They were pushed under the rug with Clinton.
And the Democratic machine does a much better job of hiding that stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you think Roy Moore lost?
Well, he's got a past of that he's got to deal with too. I mean, he's been controversial in the past,
right?
And he hasn't had any runaway elections. I mean, he's been close in a lot of stuff.
The last election he won, he did not carry the state even as strong as Mitt Romney.
Right.
And the people of Alabama at no time ever saw Mitt Romney as a strong evangelical.
Right. He's never had a ringing endorsement by the
he wasn't
folks
strong
in Alabama, and I think there was enough crossover. I think that the Republicans turned out to vote, but a lot of them just couldn't pull the trigger for him.
Mm-hmm. Why was he kicked off the Supreme Court twice? Does anyone know? When did he kicked off the Alabama Supreme Court?
Well, one for he had
I don't know why.
The plaque of the Ten Commandments in the courtroom, and he wouldn't move.
He wouldn't obey a Supreme Court ruling, right?
Okay.
And then there was another one where he refused to have the county clerks issue wedding licenses or marriage licenses for LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Roy Moore lost for multiple reasons, and it is not just the accusations. And I don't think he really just lost over the accusations. I think obviously I dislike, and we're going to be kind because it's getting close to Christmas. So I'm going to say dislike. But I want you out there to use a lot of other words in that place, and I won't use them. I dislike Richard Shelby a lot, to the 10th power. I can't stand Senator. Oh, I dislike. I can't. I'm getting close to him. Okay, and
save that for the airing of the grievances.
Well, the media made sure last Sunday that they did their last minute find every Republican they could have on every Sunday morning show. And when Shelby came out and said he wrote somebody in, they were holding that. I believe they're so corrupt. The level of I don't believe we just scratched the surface of what we see. I think they held Shelby till last weekend. I think Shelby knew for weeks on end he was going to write in, and I think that was all set up. Richard Shelby come on the air Sunday, the senator of Alabama, and said he wrote in. He campaigned basically for the write-in candidate, and as we all know, the write-in candidates, if the write-ins would have pulled the lever for Roy Moore, he wins. There was more write-ins. So there's a total list. Mitch McConnell. I wonder. There's days when I wonder if I can like Mitch McConnell any less.
Oh, I can like him less.
I'm wondering what levels. I mean, what is
I
less?
can go all the way to the center of the Earth's core. That far down.
Oh, yeah, I'm around.
Redeeming feature, though. He's working.
Redeeming feature.
Yes.
Yeah, it have to be with the.
Appreciate this with your brother-in-law.
I doubt it.
Brother-in-law, the judge. Right?
Okay, yeah.
He's working very hard to get judges at lower level courts into the system, and they are appointing a lot, and he's working very closely with Trump on that.
McConnell?
So, yeah.
Well, then I'm suspect of the judges.
No,
they pushing. I'm telling you, that man is evil.
They have really, really hardcore right positions.
Well,
right thinking.
I agree with.
So.
I agree with Bruce. I agree with Bruce.
Still a lot of black marks. Still a lot of black marks.
No, I agree with Bruce on this, and I'm glad Bruce went to the judges. Okay, let's go there for a minute, because this morning the news is more interested if Dustin Hoffman patted a girl on the rear end. Okay, and I sound silly, but it's the world we live in. Every day we got to find out if somebody touched somebody. Okay, but you bring up something that is never discussed: the judges and the activist judges, and the way they've stacked the courts and the lower courts with these activist judges. And if we really want to get the country back, the judicial branch of this country is something that has to happen.
Amen.
And Trump has done an outstanding job and kept his word. on appointing conservative judges. He has. And the lower level list of judges that Trump is sending up, I'm suspect with Jane. I'm aside here of why McConnell's helping Trump get these judges, but he is. So I'll go with that. Okay, so we know Roy Moore lost. Doug Jones is going to be the senator from Alabama. He's going to go up there, and Chuck Schumer's going to say, boy, come on in here. We're going to call you Alabama. It's been 25 years since we saw a senator from Alabama. He's going to get all them Connecticut and Rhode Island boys together and, them California. Look here, we got Alabama in the room.
I love when Schumer comes up there and demands that the new senator from Alabama be put in place before they have a health care vote. We demand that he's given the chance to vote.
Okay.
You don't have a shot.
Doesn't Luther Strange stay there till like the 26th?
Yes, and actually that is an error that I made on the show that I have to retract.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, I wasn't thinking.
Close up.
Watch out for the pigs flying through
Close
here.
up. Turn the volume up. Go ahead.
Did you guys enjoy that?
Yeah.
I mean, now that it's set up.
Can you replay that? I don't think anybody heard that.
I know.
Okay. If a seat is open and there's nobody currently in the seat, they certify the vote to Secretary of State, and they get the person up there and swear them in within 48 hours. And I said that's what would happen. And I did forget that Luther Strange is there, so he'll be there to the end of the year. So Doug Jones, and I did say that they would have this person right up there immediately. And that's in the case of a congressman or a senator that it's vacant, okay? So that's my error, okay? So Doug Jones will not be there till the first of the year. But then he'll be sworn in, and the Republicans will have 51. Let's go to the next question, because we are going to get to the corruption thing in a minute, that little corruption thing.
That little thing, yeah.
Do the Democrats flip Congress in 2018, Bruce? They need 24 for a majority. Here's let me set this up. Democrats, they love that Roy Moore lost. They love that they can say Alabama in the South has now a Democrat
come
senator.
to its senses.
And yes, and this
After
is how
100
America feels. And on a daily basis, the Me Too, hashtag Me Too, women are coming out. They're so brave. I mean, we have found out recently. I've known for years women are brave. I know you have too.
Yeah, right.
But proportion, right? Exactly. I know that. And I sit next to a very brave one here. So, but anyhow, for sure. So Bruce.
Yes.
Here's for all of you. The 24 seats. The Democrats need 24 seats. 23 districts that are Republican right now. Hillary Clinton won. So there's 23 Republican districts that are up that Hillary Clinton did win in the election. Do you think the Democrats flip the House of Representatives in 2018? No. Do you think?
No, because so much corruption is going to come out between now and November of 18 that the Republicans are going to be in jail too. But a lot of the Democrats are going to. Yeah, they are. You don't watch YouTube. And,
okay.
That's
no, but I mean, if it's like all the sex,
there
charges
is.
and stuff like that.
It is going to go.
There's proportionally more Democrats.
It's going to go
than
down
Republicans
so
right now.
badly that the Democrats are going to be in a woe bit of trouble. But the Republicans are going to go down for some of that too. They are.
So
but I don't think that, knowing what I know for an absolute fact, no, not
Irrefutable.
Really. Yeah. No, I really feel like that. The swamp is going to get a lot murkier, and they're going to just suck it right down the sewer, and we're going to be on top in November of 18.
Good, I like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I do too.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we're all right.
Okay, let's say for argument's sake, and Bruce, is the hat going left, right? Stay with that. Keep the hat somewhere, okay, Bruce?
Move it around.
Okay, let's say for argument's sake.
That's what women do all day.
And some men.
Thank you. to hear that from one.
There he is.
Do a head toss.
Let's say, stop it.
You got that Justin Bieber flip almost down pat.
Stop it now.
Hey, we're live here.
now.
We're live here. Come on.
It's hard for me to be serious and smile and okay.
Hey, it's the holidays.
Hey.
So, let's say, for argument's sake, they do. Mm-hmm. All right, Democrats flipped the House. Let's say it happened. Okay. What's the first thing Nancy Pelosi does? What will she do? What's the first thing Nancy Pelosi? I know you're trying to get the thought out of your mind, or the bad taste and all that. But Nancy Pelosi is now
I won't even
Speaker of the
say
House.
what I was seeing in my mind.
Yeah. What is the first thing she does as Speaker of the House? Her first act?
Dun, dun,
I can just see her with her big pearls on and only that, and I can't get past that. I mean, have you ever noticed all of her pearls?
Okay, picture her in pearls, Bruce. Picture her. Stay away from it.
Yeah, I know, right?
You were leaning up. I was pushing you. No, stay away from it.
Remember a high school class watches.
Oh, yes.
Picture her in pearls.
Pearls are good.
She's going to do her best Les Miles impersonation. She'll just talk gobbledygook and no one will understand her.
Nothing new, though.
I got it.
What?
Impeachment proceedings.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. They will immediately.
Well, I thought that was so obvious.
No, they will immediately. The first thing they do. Immediately. 4 years, the outcome. Do you believe the ultimate goal by the deep state is to remove Donald Trump, no matter what, from the Oval Office, Bruce? Rick,
Yeah.
you can have.
Yeah.
Why do we keep going to Bruce?
Yes,
he's got
He's
the
got
hat.
Yes.
Huh?
He's got
He's
the
got a command.
That's right. Absolutely, Andy.
Plus, he has 12
That's her-
assistants.
That's their ultimate goal, is to disrupt
How many-
and try
how many
to
reindeer? I don't
cut
know.
him off at every turn he makes.
So you think the ultimate goal is to remove him from office?
Well, hello. Did you get the memo about? Well, it's like an insurance policy.
Yes.
Before he was elected, when he could not even get elected, they were planning. Oops. You know, you can take into that. That could mean a lot of the Hillary way to get rid of people. It could have been rigging the election, and that's whatever it was. Of course, I mean they would do anything to get him out of there. I mean anything with a capital A.
I agree. No, I agree with you.
And that's their main agenda, which are probably going to bring them down. I mean, you know, they're just going to focus.
I thought, and I said this when I opened the show, I always thought it was this bad. But my hope was I would be wrong. And now I know it's worse than even I thought it was.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You know, last night was one of the scariest times for me, and you know why? My husband looked at me and said, Jane, you're right, there is a deep state. There is a deep state.
They don't understand that. They know Dr. Whaley, but they don't understand what
he's like, oh, everything's okay, or, you know, everything is not okay. And watching Sean Hannity and
He's not
listening
here to defend himself. I gotta stick up.
he'll do okay. He'll do okay. But he said there is a deep state, and we're in deep trouble.
Did he say trouble?
No. Nevertheless,
Trouble. That's called real
so
right
if he
back,
says
boy.
it's serious. It's serious.
So, will Trump leave office? See, I don't think he's Nixon. I don't think he's coming up and giving a speech and saying, as of noon tomorrow, I effectively resign the office of the presidency of the United States. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Fundamentally, what articles of impeachment are they going to bring? They have nothing.
They have nothing.
It's all gossamer.
It is.
True.
Trump won't leave. Do you feel? I like everything we're doing. Do you feel that the Republicans are putting on an act of supporting him, or do you feel we really have some Republicans up there that support the president? Rick?
Combination of both. There are definitely some Republicans who do not support the president. And, I mean, you know, you can start counting them right now, starting in Tennessee. They don't like that guy. They're afraid that they're going to get knocked off their pedestals. They're part of the swamp.
Ooh, big time.
I think I like. Let's go with my likes. I like.
Short list.
Huh?
Short list.
Yeah, it won't take long.
That's right.
I like Jim Jordan. I like that guy. Did you watch Jim Jordan?
I did several times, and I listened to him when he was on the Laura Ingraham show yesterday morning, which was phenomenal. Great interview. I mean, he just went, every point down the list.
But he's also a guy that is not a big Trump lover. I mean, he has said a few things about, he shouldn't tweet and,
Well, he's gotten awards for being the most conservative guy in his role. Did you know he was a wrestler?
No.
Have you looked up? This guy was his record in high school was 150-1. 4-time state champion in wrestling in Ohio.
He's a competitor.
Ohio's a tough state for wrestling.
150-1. You went to school there, didn't you?
Yeah, college, 2 years.
Yeah. And wrestled?
Okay.
Wrestled. The guys from Ohio and Pennsylvania were really tough.
We're gonna. You could have saved that for our sports segment. I'm sorry.
Jason, later for you.
Jim Jordan. Getting back to that, I like Jim Jordan, and I do like. I like Jim Jordan. I like. I like Trey Gowdy. I like the way he went after it.
What's not to like?
I get a little heat for this, and I'm not going to say why and who, but our congressman right here in the 9th District is supporting our president. Now, there are some things in the past that he voted on or voted on that some people did not like, our Congressman Doug Collins, but I will tell you this, if we go for it today, the present day, our congressman where we're sitting, Doug Collins, has supported, been very open, adamant, and clear on supporting the President of the United States. And it's just, so I'm very happy to be in a district that we have a congressman that supports the president. We have a senator. I'm so proud that we have David Perdue, I really think, is supporting our president, is actually doing a good job. I mean, he's very strong.
I agree with you.
So there's a lot of senators and congressmen out there that I just can't deal with. Rod Rosenstein. Stein. On 52nd Street at the Jewish Deli, the Stein, right. Yeah. What's the big deal? Stein. All right, Stein, Rosenstein, okay? Does Mueller have to go, yes or no?
If you look at the programs back a little bit, I would say they cannot fire Mueller. It would just be a death knell because it would look like we were fixed. But I'll tell you now, with the setup that he's got, it kicks you in the face. And Newt Gingrich said last night, this is unbelievable. And what other words are there? I mean, you want to think of something even more dynamic or more than unbelievable, but I'm thinking, how do they make Mueller go? I mean, does Trump just come up and say, you're gone, Reinstein, Noonstein, Meinstein, he's gone, the next one down's gone? I'm just flabbergasted at what's just come out in the last 2 days about the memos.
But isn't that symptomatic of
just
a lot
flabbergasted.
of the federal departments and agencies? You can't get rid of these people.
It is so
Ever since
huge.
they got unions in
Are
there.
you amazed that Strzok not changing the subject, it's all in the same level of corruption. Are you amazed that Strzok is in human resources?
Oh my God.
Well, that one got you, huh?
Yeah.
Building maintenance?
Exactly.
He should be out of there.
Human resources. Yeah. It's close to the end of the year. How many vacation days do I have left? Let me look it up.
I'd like to order a lock for my door.
And a button under the desk.
I need 6 new
This
interns.
is a FBI chief investigator.
Yeah.
This is
Going
the guy.
back to that, I think Mueller doesn't have to be tossed out. I think the credibility is awash right now. Credibility is awash, and they're going to self-destruct from within.
I hope so.
And then they're talking about, all the investigations are wrapped up. I mean, they're going to work on the report, and then maybe they'll just come out and hit the floor, and everyone will go on.
I mean, they've been told that the interviews are over. We're done.
And then they pull something else out. I mean, you think it would have been...
Well, Rosenstein made it clear the other day when they had him on the grill. He said, this is not a... how did he describe it's a special prosecutor, not a independent prosecutor. he doesn't have the latitude that everybody thinks he's got, including Mueller. He doesn't have the latitude. He's got a narrow focus that he's been assigned to investigate. And I think Rosenstein is now of the mind that, you know what, with all of this other extraneous stuff that comes back to haunt me, I got to keep this guy in check.
But it goes back to the Ken Starr investigation. He supposedly had a very narrow scope, and he
was an independent guy, though. He was an independent
versus special.
Yeah, I'm almost certain he was.
Okay, but I mean that went on years, and it was $50 million.
And he was smeared. And what about Jeff? I mean, what is he doing? Sleeping, writing a book? Sessions?
No, he needs to go.
Beauregard needs to.
What's he doing?
Beauregard needs out of there. The Alabama election.
Does he go to work?
No.
Your husband did a segment on depression. Could be. Just saying.
I gave him all his notes.
He could be.
He's treating me. I need to lie down right now.
He thought it was going to be a glorious job, and like he's gotten in there and gotten on the wrong side of Trump, and he's just sort of in a closet.
My opinion has been the same thing as Richard Shelby, where Richard Shelby, you got to stay focused. He is the 18-year senator from Alabama. These people in Alabama like this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, this little guy is the first guy to push a red hat down and his big ears stick out for Donald Trump at a rally. Remember that? Right?
I just got the visual.
Right.
Cover my ears.
Right. So, cover your ears. So, Jeff Sessions, they needed to win Alabama. I think Alabama is the last special election from the Trump. You had Tom Price, you had the guy out in Kansas, you had the guy, Zielke, you got, Zinke, whatever. This was the last special election that Trump was trying to, win. So Jeff Sessions needed to stay on staff until this election's over. The last thing you need to do is take Sessions out a month before, and then the people of Alabama are upset with you because they still like the guy. And that's the same effect with Shelby. So what I'm saying now is you're 100% right. Election's over, Donald. Sessions can go. Needs to go.
Yep.
Now, what is?
Who do you put in his place? Who's your first choice?
For AG? I don't know. Who's yours?
Trey Gowdy.
Yeah.
Trey?
You know why he's not going to do it?
He won't take it.
I heard him interviewed once.
Yeah, he won't.
He's the obvious one, but he said he slipped it in. He says, I'd never get appointed. The whatever you call it, the
Senate approval.
He said it would be very painful for his family. Yeah, confirmation. He said
hearings.
It would be grueling, and he said, I'm not going to go through.
Yeah, I understand that the Senate.
They hate him.
I'm not going to say that. I'll say it for another day. It's pretty controversial.
Save it for the break.
Well, the word confirmation. Let's just leave it there. Go ahead.
Oh, jeez.
I had nothing more to add right now.
Oh, well. Who's going to be AG? Nothing more. Okay, let's do this.
Oh, I didn't know that was
our time is not. We still got time. What is the most out of the
box?
This is hard.
Oh,
but here it is. Out of what we've learned from State Department, Department of Justice, FBI, emails, texts, Comey, whatever. What is the most
egregious,
shocking thing to you? Not to you that you just shocking thing to you this week that took place that you've heard. What is to you?
Oh my goodness, there's so many. How do you rate them?
God Almighty.
That's why I said I knew that would be tough.
It was. I mean, let's see. The most shocking to me would indicate that I never thought that could happen.
Okay.
And it not blow up and already down.
Right.
They're already hauled off. They're not.
So where do you go with that? Let me think. I mean, there's
more than Dustin Hoffman.
That's second. Police.
I mean, God, there's so many. I mean, you could go into that investigation and look at all the, this guy Strzok.
The dossier.
Or his wife working for Fusion. You can't make this stuff up. It's like
Bruce.
Yeah,
Orr.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His wife working for and was hired because she's a Russian expert. You know, I mean, I think in totality, totality, I think the fact that the Russian thing is all coming back to the Clinton side, and them appointing a special prosecutor to go after Trump to hide all of the garbage.
And it's still
Okay, now let me take that and say what's shocking to me out of that, Bruce Orr, is that his name, Bruce Orr?
Bruce Orr.
He's 2 doors down from Rosenstein.
I know.
Thought it was 4.
All right,
But
4. He's
who's
4
counting?
doors down. So here's what I can't get. Is like
4 doors, 6
this
doors.
this guy is 4 doors down from this guy that appointed the special counsel, and you know when this guy goes down to the coffee pot to get coffee, he yells at, "Good morning, Bruce. How's your wife?" Come back.
Wait till you see the dossier she's got cooked up.
Yeah, right.
Like
Right.
really?
Really? Why is that sitting on any?
And
any
these guys
burner?
aren't just field agents.
No.
This is the top brass in the FBI.
But they're
And I don't
allowed
wanna
to
s-
have political opinions.
Yes, they are.
But these aren't political opinions.
And keep it out of the.
And no bias.
So what is the
No bias.
most
They're
shocking
professionals.
thing for you?
Well, 2 things. One is that we know the dossier was fake. We know it was ramped up. We know his wife gathered information for it. We know that, and so what? Nothing. Oh yeah, they faked it, and there's still an investigation.
And oh, by the way,
Hello,
the
but-
Clinton campaign paid for it.
Hello. I mean, all of that, and there's still Mueller looking into what was fake in the first place.
You're only hearing it on Talk News Radio and Fox.
I know.
None of the major networks.
Oh,
We
no.
do hear it here every once in a while.
And then number 2,
Every once in a while,
Excuse me.
dear. Thank you.
the
Points.
smoking gun. I still go back to that email that came out yesterday or the day before with, what's his name, saying, "You're here." The woman, his girlfriend, says, "You're here to protect the country." You know, like he's going to protect the dadgum country when he's creating these dossiers, and we got to get rid of Trump. It's insurance. You know, some people die before they're 40. I really took that as a serious threat. I don't know if it crossed anyone else's mind, but
Oh,
you
by
know.
the way, Seth Rich is still dead.
Yeah, by the way, Seth is dead.
Oh yeah, they thought he may have made it. What do you mean?
Forget it.
I'm not forgetting it.
The most shocking thing for me was the what came out, I think, yesterday, that they had this memo exonerating Hillary 2 months.
Oh yeah.
Before
Oh,
they
and then
even
they
sat down with-
changed
The
it.
language was changed.
I
2
mean,
months.
By who?
Stroke.
right, and then
Struck the stroker.
Yeah.
Okay, for me,
they're all so hard.
the most shocking thing, was earlier when I had to admit I was wrong. But I'm going to recover from that. I'm going to recover from that
We've been
now.
waiting.
You have to
I'm
go into rehab.
That was the most shocking thing of the week. Now I'm going to recover, and it's always a joy when I get to expand on being correct about something.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Never pass up a chance. to
Never
correct
pass up a chance.
Yeah.
All right, try not to interrupt. That goes for you too, Bruce. Try not to interrupt. Remember last week. Let's go in the Wayback Machine.
Try to remember.
Remember last
days of
week
September.
when I connected the dots with Andy McCabe, right?
You did a really good job.
Right? Andy McCabe.
Yep.
Deputy Director of the FBI, okay? Deputy Director, we connected the dots. Terry McAuliffe, Jill McCabe, doctor, running for state senate, all the above.
Wife.
This guy, Terry McAuliffe, governor, he, friends of the Clintons, even co-signed for their house. But the reason I connected those dots because it seems like Andy McCabe gets left out of the top of the discussion. So the email we're talking about, okay, this is the number 2. So think about it. You guys have been in corporate life or been around corporations. This is the number 2. You don't just sit around in his office. It's not an afternoon. There's only certain people to get to come in. These are not field agents. A field agent of the FBI comes in the home office and, you know, he gets to whisper like, what are they doing on 4th floor? Hey, you've been called up to 4th. It's serious. You got Comey and you got McCabe's office. Not just anybody goes in there. Not just anybody goes in there and lounges in the 2 chairs. But the email we're talking about, Strzok and Lisa Page, FBI attorney, they're lounging in McCabe's office.
Right, they had their feet up on the
and they're discussing and conspiring on how do we stop this.
That's right.
You understand? That's what's getting me is it's the email. But as we talked in Andy's office, right? The insurance. So McCabe's in on the insurance. Comey's in on the insurance. These people took out the insurance policy.
But all these people are in on it, and like nothing is being done. There don't seem to be any levers of change or power to touch.
No one's fired. No one's. And how long can this go on? Because I knew we were in trouble, but now it's getting frightening to me.
That was interesting what Jim Jordan said yesterday in the Ingram interview. He said the biggest, the most asked question when he goes back to his constituents in the 4th District in Ohio is, why does the Clintons have a separate set of rules?
Right.
Everybody else has got one set. And they've got their own deal.
Folks, we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to spend our last, stay with us because it's time for the Festivus for the rest of us, the airing of the grievances when we come back, okay, to wrap up our segment.
Drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You keep on shouting, you keep on shouting. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and we are live at Circuit World in Blue Ridge, and this is the All-Star Panel of Jane, Rick, the guy in the hat is Bruce, and it is National Ugly Sweater Day, Christmas Ugly Sweater Day, Festivus for the rest of us.
Classic.
If you're out there and you've already texted Sam and said, yes, I am the Grinch and naughty, and thank you very much, we know that.
Wait a second, I got to do that.
No. Bruce, it's time for Festivus, the airing of the grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. At this time, we have our final thoughts. We'll start with Bruce and the orange folder.
It's not a grievance. Oh, I wanted to give you this for the year.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Walmart is the largest private employer in 22 states in this country.
Yes.
Walmart. And you know what? Universities and college systems, they are the largest employer in 11 states. 11 states.
University and college systems.
That's New York.
Yeah. SUNY, California system. Yeah. It's amazing.
Largest
Is that
employer
good or
in
bad?
Bad.
I mean, I think it's bad too.
Bad.
It emphasizes the point on the government across all those government agencies, and not just cabinets. I mean, all the agencies going down below that. Those people are protected. They're untouchable, and they know it. That's why they act like they do.
And you? Final thought?
I wish I could remember what I was thinking yesterday, but that's impossible.
Why did I walk in the kitchen?
What I did hear about the education, some guy was saying what they're teaching now, and even
some young guy.
Ivy League schools everywhere. What gender are you? How do you decide what gender you need to be? All these things. These are classes that you take in good colleges, and so I mean, we are going down the rabbit hole. And how do we put a bottom on that? I mean, it's bigger than.
Refuse to answer what gender question. Just don't even answer.
But now, I mean, I'm thinking any of you, like. Anyone can accuse anyone of anything, and it's done. I mean, that's what's really terrifying me. I mean, all of you are in jeopardy. Think about it.
Yeah.
That is a disgusting. And the other day they showed on television Brett Butler picking up Scarlett. I'll show you. You can't say no to me. And then they had Cher slapping this guy twice, on Moonstruck. And she's saying, well...
Well, some of the wackos have said, what, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Jingle Bells are racist, homophobic, misogynist.
Misogyny.
Yeah.
Well, see, we got to turn that around, and I don't see it.
Well, his nose was so bright.
Okay.
And now...
Won't you guide me?
Now, that didn't make
night.
much sense, but you kind of...
It's okay. We're living in a world that we don't know if it makes sense. Rick, what do you have
Okay,
there?
what do I got? Let's see. We got Christmas coming up, so firstly, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Nice.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Back in the vernacular.
Feliz
Bruce and I
Navidad.
will not be here next week. We'll be out of town visiting our respective
Oh,
families.
me too.
So that's why I wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and then I'll go to my grievance. How does Jimmy Kimmel? I used to like Jimmy Kimmel. I saw a clip of him this morning just railing on Trump for deregulating what Obama tried to regulate. More government intervention on the internet. This morning I got up, my internet worked fine. Not according to him last night on television. It was going to be like we've never...
No more internet.
No more
the
internet.
End of internet as we know it.
He's just off my list. He's
Goodness.
he's used to be nice, now he's naughty.
Well, we have to understand, if we took all morning and tried to frame in net neutrality and to understand it, I think I can clear it up just like this. It is a Obama-era policy, and if you believed, if you like your doctor, you could keep your doctor,
Right.
then you should believe that Obama's net neutrality rules are good.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple. So
Yep.
Yeah, you
we'll
want
go
to
with that.
basically run it like a utility.
Exactly.
The rules and regulations.
We're going to set the price, which means there's no enhancements. Nobody is even inspired to go out and make it better, faster, provide more competition. It's just a utility.
And it's only been in effect 2 years. It only passed in 2015.
Right.
So.
Merry Christmas to everybody, our All-Star panel. We always thank Jane, Rick, and Bruce. I have asked you to go home, and your homework is, don't forget, Eric Holder threatened the GOP. Right now, I personally think that there's good reason, always have, that Robert Mueller should be removed. But Eric Holder came out and he sent out a tweet that is a former attorney general that said, speaking on behalf of the vast majority of American people, Republicans in Congress, be forewarned, any attempt to remove Bob Mueller will not be tolerated. These are BS attacks on him and his staff and are blatantly politically designed to hide the real wrongdoing, country, not party. So if Mr. Holder believes in country, not party, I'm asking you to go home and do your research, and please go to the website NDRC and read about the NDRC, which Eric Holder is the chairman of, and it's the National Democratic Redistricting Committee, all right, and the system is rigged. The fix, it's the fight to fix it is now. That's Eric Holder. And the OFA is Organizing for Action. Organizing for Action is Barack Hussein Obama. That is who that is. And the OFA and
along with his wife.
Right, Michelle Obama. The OFA and the NDRC announced partnership when? October 23rd, 2017. So while all the smoke has been out there, underneath, they are working hard. They're working hard. We have to also. So we need to pay attention to that.
Amen.
And
why isn't that subversion? Why isn't that treason? Why isn't it? I mean, why isn't it? Where's DOJ? Why isn't it?
Oh, that's a whole other segment.
I mean, it is. It's a whole...
Department of Justice, what shocked me is the paddy wagon's not going around and the guy doesn't have a clipboard saying and checking off. Department of Justice, next stop. Check off, start going through there, handcuffs, throwing them in there. State Department, next stop. Okay.
But the
next
paddy
stop,
wagon, you gotta get approval from HR for the paddy wagon. Not gonna happen.
That's what I say. So, you know what? They say a rough ride to the jail is what killed Freddie Gray. That's what they say in Baltimore. I would just like to see a rough ride to the jail for Peter Strzok. See what happens. We'll be right back.